Alright, if you heard the video from last night, I was having problems with starter Bendix. That's right here. And what that does is that swim, it goes and, well, it's not showing you right now, but it turns this way when it's under power, and the more it does it, the less it works. I was able to get the bike started, but it didn't sound good, and it was not good. So the first thing you do is you have to take this assembly off. I think the manual tells you to take off the primary cover and everything. But the main thing that you have to worry about taking it off on this side is you have the brass washer that fits on here. And if you take that off very gently, when you pull this out, it'll be sitting right there. It'll either be sitting right here, or it'll usually be sitting on the primary chain. As long as you look for it and don't knock it down into the primary, you can just pick it up and take it out. You can see I got mine sitting right there. That's what you're looking for, and it goes in there. Okay, I'll show you what to do when you go to put this back. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to get this starter Bendix out of here. And what that entails is pulling this off and putting the new one on. I have two right here. I'll show you. I have a new one and I have a bad one. And the bad one, I don't know if I can show you with one hand, but oh, you can see it just move. Here, I'll put you down and let you look this way. I'll try to get it on there nicely. The new one, well, this is the bad one, and it spins in both directions, as you can see. Right here. It's going, this will spin, it's only supposed to spin in one direction. Okay, that's the bad one. This is the new one. Doesn't spin in the other direction at all. Now this one over here, when I first took it off, oops, sorry. When I first took it off, I was able to spin it in both directions, and I heard it squealing last night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this nut, which I believe is a 5/8, and that should let me pull everything off. You can take this out, this nut, this screw right here, with a big screwdriver and a lot of push. You can tighten it, loosen it. It's staked in there a couple times, as you can see, but I got pretty strong hands, so I was able to get it right out without doing anything else. And with this screwdriver, where the heck is it? There it is. It's actually got something you can put a wrench on. And this particular one takes a 1/2 inch wrench if you need to give it a little more oomph. But I'm going to put you down. I'm going to take this nut off here, and we're going to go from there. Try to get you set up here. Since I'm just going to be trashing this thing, it's a little bit chewed up as well. We're just going to put the channel locks on it. Oh, and it's reverse thread. There's the nut right there. It's a thin thread. This pulls off, and this should pull off as well. Oh, I guess I will take that out. As you can see, that'll just pull right out like that. And I have a snap ring. Oh, let's see. I'm looking for my little pointer, but I can't find it. So I'll use a screwdriver here. There's a snap ring, if you can see it, right there, that you got to pull off. When you pull that off, this piece separates from this piece, and you put it on the other one. So I'm going to let you go till I get my snap ring pliers over here. Alright, here we go again. I have my snap ring pliers, and these are a cheesy set, I gotta admit. And they just fell apart. But I already took the snap ring out, so they worked. And the snap ring's right there. It's loose. Now you can see it's just sitting there. But you would stick the ends here into the snap ring, push it apart, pull it off. Set it here on clean paper to get it ready to go back in. Then you take this, pull it off. This one is bad. This is the new one. That is the good. Press that on there like so. Pick up your snap ring pliers, spread them apart slightly, and slip it on there. Then pull your pliers off. Check everything. Looks pretty good to me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stick this back on. We're going to feed it back onto this fork. Put the fork back in there. We're going to take this piece here, put it on like so. We take a little bit of Loctite. I happen to like this 3M Scotch Weld stuff. It's pretty nice. 3M, you can feel free to send me another tube. I have a few, but that is the one thing that I like. And the only thing I would recommend about them, put this in a round bottle because it keeps falling over and leaking all over the place. But I do have several bottles of it, but it's good stuff. Then remembering that this, what we got to do is you line up your hole, stick your screw back in here, start feeding it down in there. Grab your screwdriver and make it a little easier on you. Screw it in nice and tight. You can grab your 1/2 inch that happens to fit on this and give it a nice torque. Okay, now what we're going to do here is we're going to be putting this on there, and again that's a 5/8 backwards thread, which means lefty tighty, righty loosey, which probably confused a lot of people, but whatever. Now, what I'm looking for is I usually keep a piece of wood here. I got a piece of hardwood that I stick in the gears, and that keeps them so that I can put a nice torque. But try this on the second. Now again, don't put this on your gears, because you will not be happy. I'm just trying to find what feels good in my hand, where I can give it a good squeeze. And that's not it. Alright, I'm going to have to find that piece of wood, and we'll get it. Here's a piece of cedar. Maybe a piece of cedar will work. No, I don't see that working. But anyway, what you do is you final tighten this. I keep flipping you around, I'm sorry. You final tighten this here, and then you install it into the bike. And the only thing I didn't show you is you put a nice gasket sealer here. You clean it up real good, which I haven't done yet. Then you bring it over here, and to put it on the bike, there's the 1/2 inch bolt that goes there, and the 1/2 inch bolt that goes here. And you may or may not have a ground strap attached to it like I do. Just remember those, still attach it. And here's your 1/2 inch bolt for the right side, and there's a slightly shorter one for the left side over here. Both sides of your little starter hump there. And don't forget to clean all the gasket sealer off, and hook everything back up, and don't forget to hook your battery up, things like that. Alright, I'm going to say good night for now. I'll tighten up that bolt on the Bendix there, and next thing I should do is show you a video rolling down the driveway.